In this video, I'll show you how to replace an old GFI outlet with a new one. So this outlet was working, but got clogged with paint, and plus we want to update it to the new look of this room. Before doing anything, make sure the breaker to your outlet is turned off. If you have a voltage tester, you can stick it in the small socket or the hot contact of the outlet and see if it turns red. The flashing just means the device is on. Here's what the tester would look like if the outlet were still live. Otherwise, just plug in a light and see if it turns off when you turn off the breaker. With the power isolated, it's safe to remove the wall plate. And this outlet was loose. Next, undo the two screws holding the outlet in the electrical box. Now pull the outlet towards you so you can access all the screws and release the wires. Here I am rotating this so I can identify which wires are which. It's important to know which ones are the load or going to other outlets that this GFI outlet will protect, so I'm labeling them with some green tape. The other wires are the line or power wires coming in. Now hold the outlet firmly as you undo the screws on the side. Once they're loose, the wires should pull right out. Now we can turn it to the other side and free the neutral wires. Finally, it's just the ground wire secured by the green screw at the bottom. And that's our old outlet removed. And there are the pairs of wires with the load wires above and the line wires below. Comparing our new outlet with the old one reveals that the new outlet has the load wires connected at the bottom, whereas the old outlet had them connected at the top. So always make sure to read the indications on the back. Because of that difference, I'm going to rearrange these wires and put the load wires down lower. I start off by loosening the green screw for the ground wire, and then I actually see that I need to make the loop a little bit wider to fit it in. And anytime you're wrapping a wire around a screw, you want to make sure it's going clockwise so that when you tighten the screw, the loop tightens as well. Now let's secure the neutral or the white wires. And again, making sure to put the line on top into that little hole, which directs the wire underneath that square golden washer that is secured by the screw. And the load wire, the one we've wrapped with green tape, goes in the bottom right terminal. Now let's turn this thing around and secure the hot or the black wires. I had to loosen the screws a bit on this side before I could push the wires in and retighten the screws. So that's all the wires installed. So let's just fold the wires back into the box and secure the outlet with the screws. Unfortunately, the hole in the drywall is just a bit too big, so the bottom tabs on this outlet can't actually press against it and help keep the outlet secure. You can see how on the old outlet, they didn't even tighten that screw because they didn't want to push the outlet too far into the wall. So here I'm cutting a small piece of MDF and fitting it behind those tabs so it can act as a spacer to the electrical box and help keep the outlet on the plane it should be, sticking out enough from the wall. But now that we have that little spacer, we can tighten both of these screws down firmly. And that's not perfect, but it's a lot more flush than it would have been. Here's our new screwless wall plate, and to separate it from the base plate inside, pop a flathead screwdriver into this little slit and give it a twist. Here you can see that the base plate has a top side, so fit it over the outlet and tighten down those screws. But not too much because it's thin plastic. And as you can see, you can still access those bigger screws behind, which allows you to wiggle the outlet around a bit and make it straight up and down. Here you can see the wall plate has a top side, and that's because it wants this slit facing down. So pop it over the base plate, press firmly, and hear it snap into place. Now you can flip the breaker back on and go test it. This outlet was tripped, so we hit the reset button, and you can see the green light turn on, which means the outlet is live. When you hit the test button, you should see that the outlet turns off. Again, hitting reset reactivates it. So we have this light plugged into this outlet, which is connected to our GFI outlet. Now if we hit test, the lights turn off. When we hit reset, they come back on. Generally, ground fault circuit interrupt outlets, or GFCI, sometimes even GFI for short, are required in wet areas like kitchens and bathrooms. But here in this room, this outlet is connected to all the other outlets in the room, including one outside. So if you like videos like this, you might like this one here.